Rolling.
So here, Antoine, we see a building which is the munition factory for one of our weapons brand in the game, right?
Yeah, I think it's Steiner Bisley's factory.
And this ties in really well with a lot of efforts that we put in the game for all the company names and all the logos and all the brands and stuff like that, because it's a modern game. It's also cyberpunk and stuff like that. And when we started designing this game, we told ourselves, it would make the game so much more credible. You just look around you. I'm asking you, people right now listening to this, just look around you, and you could see dozens, even hundreds of stickers and brands and logos and stuff like that, just in your living room or whatnot. And we wanted to reproduce this.
We really wanted to anchor it into reality.
Exactly.
Make it believable.
And even if you don't notice them, I'm sure your subconscious does, because we're bombarded with these things, right?
Absolutely.
Continuously.
Like
And so this is cool, because you've been playing with these weapons the entire game that have that brand, Steiner Bisley, and now you're in front of the
building that makes it. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I actually went into a lot of details for the weapons and some items as well, like the different kind of manufacturing techniques, like different countries making different kind of things. If you look at and the Americans, they do something different ways, and the Germans and the Japanese.
We had two sides for the guns, right? You named them. What was the names for the?
I'm a Russia actually, and Germasian. I think it was like Germanic and Asian looking, like very slick, very high polish, like the Germans' weapons or the Japanese cars and stuff. And then you get the American was more stampy and quick manufacturers for lots of people. So the feelings of the textures, well, you'd probably know better about the shaders, but the actual feel of the weapons and some of the items reflect that as well.
And actually, like, this philosophy has been built before designing the guns, so we would inform the designers on how to
it's something that Antoine put together even before we got into the actual visual design.
Actually influenced the names a lot as well. I think one of the names, like more American brands, like very Texan stuff, and then you get the more European,
like Steiner Bisley.
Exactly, it's more
sounds
English
more
or something.
European.
Yeah, exactly.
So Antoine, you were the mastermind behind it.
No mastermind, it's just an idea.
And
so humble.
So humble. A funny thing as well, there's 100 brands in the game, literally, and the brands were all, in terms of the names, were invented and created by one of our writers, James Swallow, a good buddy of ours. And
who's
English, which is why
it's not his fault.
It's not
he's just born that way.
We can't blame him for that. And also the logos themselves were all made by this genial graphic designer that we had at the time. His name is Timothée Lepetit, and amazingly he left on the weekend, and he designed every single the 100 logos, 100 brands, with different ways of having the logo as well for each brand.
More than one.
More than one logos for it. It was just insane.
They were all good looking.
And they were all good. I think we had like one or two that we changed, and that's about it. So crazy work.